Welcome to the Wise County Public Schools registration tutorial. In this tutorial, you will learn how to register your student to attend Wise County Public Schools. To begin, go to www.wisek12.org in any browser. Once you have reached the Wise County Public Schools website, click on New Student Registration under Quick Links, or choose For Parents and choose New Student Registration under the For Parents links. Either the New Student Registration under For Parents or the New Student Registration under Quick Links will work, and you can use either one. Both will take you to the exact same registration page.
If you do not already have a registration account, this is where you can create one.
This is an account for registration. If you're an employee of Wise County Public Schools and you have never registered a student before, you will still need to create an account for registration. Fill out the information on the account creation page and then click Create Account. Once you have finished creating your account, or you have signed in to your account using the Sign In option, you will come to the New Student Registration page. Fill out this information. Read over each page carefully, as each page contains information and instructions on how to register your student for Wise County Public Schools. On this first page, you will type the student's name and the student's date of birth, and then click Add Student. You will then come to the online New Student Registration page. Again, please read over these instructions on how to register your student for Wise County Public Schools. Fill out the information as needed in the student information part of this registration page. Take note of anything that is a required field. Required fields must be filled out, so you must select or fill in required fields as they apply to your student. Any field that is not marked as required is optional. We do encourage you to fill out these fields though, as it will give more information regarding your student and will help us as Wise County Public Schools to provide the absolute best educational experience for your student. Once you have completed the student information portion of the registration page, click the Next button to continue on with your registration.
Once you reach the Family Information section of the registration page, you will be asked to fill out parent or legal guardian information. Information regarding the primary parent or legal guardian must be completed in this section. If more contacts need to be added as parents or legal guardians, you can add those below this section for primary legal guardian. Clicking Next will take you to the Emergency Contact Information section of the registration page. You do not need to add anyone that was added as a parent or legal guardian on the previous page to this section. Anyone you add to this section will simply be added as an emergency contact if the primary or secondary parents or legal guardians cannot be contacted in the event of an emergency. Complete all of the information on this page, as noted by the required fields, and then click Next. You will then come to the Contacts Priority section of the registration page. It is already set with the primary contact being Priority 1, the secondary contact being Priority 2, Emergency Contact 1 being Priority 3, Emergency Contact 2 being Priority 4, and so on. If any changes need to be made, make them here. Then click Next. The next section will be the Help section of your student's registration page. Here you will be asked to provide a preferred physician's name and contact information, preferred dentist and contact information, as well as information regarding your student's insurance, allergies, and any medications that your students may need. Please read over each section carefully and answer each field as it applies to your student. Then click Next. The next section is the transportation section. Here you will select whether or not your student will ride a school bus to and from school, and you will be asked to agree to the bus rules and regulations form. Regardless if your student rides a school bus to school or not, you will still need to agree to the bus rules and regulations form. This form can be found on the Wise County Public Schools website under For Parents. Bus rules and regulations will apply to any time that your student is on a school bus. That could be riding to and from school, or to and from a field trip, or another school activity. Please select Yes. If you agree to these rules and regulations, please select Yes. Choosing not to agree will prevent your student from being able to ride a school bus on field trips or other school activities. Next, you will be asked to list the name of anyone who is not a contact but is authorized to pick up your child from school. You can also list anyone who is not authorized to pick up your child from school in the next box. Then click Next. The following screen begins the agreements page of the student registration site. Please read over the student handbook and answer the question in regard to your acceptance of the student handbook for your school. Below the student handbook acceptance is the acceptable computer use policy. Please read over the acceptable computer use policy for Wise County Public Schools, then choose the drop-down to agree to our computer use policy. Failure to agree to our computer use policy will limit your child's ability to use computers and other devices while at school. Your student will sign that using his or her name. Then you as the parent will accept and sign as well. Below the computer use policy is the consent for release for media interviews, photography, video production, and distribution. Please select your preference in regard to media interviews, photography, video production, and distribution. And this includes Facebook posts and other forms of social media. Once you have selected your preference, then you must sign and date this form by typing your name and selecting the date. The next question is in regard to student information releases. This will allow school photographers and senior supply companies to have access to your students' information. Please note, if you do not select that you agree to this section of the form, we cannot release your child's information to school photographers, which means that on school picture day, your child will not have their picture taken. Next, you will be asked to read over the attendance letter from Wise County Public Schools. This outlines the attendance policy for Wise County Public Schools. Please select that you have read that attendance letter and sign your name. If your student will be utilizing a personally owned device, please read over the personally owned device agreement and then fill out the form under the Personally Owned Device Agreement section. This includes typing the student's name, your name, and the information regarding the student's device, the device make and model, the serial number of the device, and the network or MAC address for the device. If you do not know how to locate the network address for your device, You may need to consult a user guide for your device, or do a Google search on how to locate the network or MAC address for your particular device. Next, you will see the G Suite for Education Privacy Notice. As a student of Wise County Public Schools, your child will receive a G Suite for Education account, which includes access to Google services such as Gmail, Calendar, Docs, Classroom, and many more tools that will be used by your child's teachers. Please select that you agree to the G Suite for Education Privacy Notice and then click Next. You will then come to the Document Upload section of the registration page. If you do not have access to the digital copies of these documents, you must bring all applicable documents to the guidance department of your child's school. The last page is the certification page, where you certify that you are the legal parent or guardian of this child and that the information that you have entered is complete and accurate. The final page is the summary page, where you will see all information that was entered regarding your student's registration. During this review process, make sure that all required fields are completed. Any information that needs to be changed can be done so by clicking on Edit beside that information. You can go back to the summary page by clicking on Review and Submit on the left. Once you have reviewed all of your students' information, and you are certain that all information is accurate and complete, click the Submit button, and your child's information will be submitted to Wise County Public Schools for registration.